Good day everyone. In this video, we will talk about how to write an equation of a line in slope, intercept form, point slope form, two-point form, and intercept form. So let's start discussing it now. So before you proceed in writing equations of the line, let's have a review first on the multiplication property of equality because we're going to apply this property in writing equations of the line. So for any number a, if x is equal to y, then x times a is equal to y times a. Or it simply states that if you multiply the both sides of the equation by the same number, the result will still be the same, or the equation will still be the same. So why do we need this? We are going to apply this in simplifying this linear equation. So simplify the linear equations by removing the negative of the first term and the denominator using the multiplication property. So we have the first example, negative 3x plus 4y is equal to 8. So based on the direction, we have to get rid of the negative in the first term. So how do we do that? So we know that negative times negative is positive. So we have to multiply the both sides of the equation by negative. So why the both sides of the equation? Because we need to make the equation balance. So whatever you do to the other side, you do it to the other side as well. So negative times negative is positive 3x. Negative times positive 4y is negative 4y. Negative times 8 is negative 8. So we're done. Next, we have negative 2x plus 9y is equal to negative 12. So based on the direction, we have to make the first term as negative. So same thing just like what we did in number 1. We have to multiply the both sides of the equation by negative. So negative times negative 2x is positive 2x. Negative times negative 9y is negative 9y. Negative 12 times negative is positive 12. And then that's it. Last one. We have to remove the denominator in this equation. So you have 3/5 x minus 6 equals y. So how do we do that? Simply multiply the both sides of the equation by 5. So we can get rid of that. So we have here 5. So 5 times 3/5 x gives us 15 fifths x, or simply as 3x. 5 times negative 6 is negative 30 equals y times 5 is 5y. And then that's it. So the first term is also positive. So we're done. So we will apply this property or this concept in writing equations of the line. So let's have the first form, the slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form is y is equal to mx plus b, wherein m is the slope, the steepness of the line, the ratio of vertical and horizontal movement, or rise over run. And y-intercept, which is the point where the graph of a function or relation intersects the y-axis on the coordinate system. So we need slope and intercept to use this form. So first step here, we need to substitute the given slope and y-intercept to the slope-intercept form. So you have y, what is the value of m? What's the slope? Negative 3x plus 4. So take note, we should always put our answer in standard form, ax plus by equals c, x term, y term, and constant term to the to the right hand side, where x is always positive. So we need to transfer the negative 3x to the other side, the left hand side. So how do we do that? We have to add positive 3x both sides. So we will have 3x plus y. This becomes 0, positive 4. So 3x plus y equals 4. And are we done? Yes, because we have x, y, and constant term to the right-hand side, and x is positive. Next, what if we have a case wherein the slope is fraction? So how do we do this? Same thing. We have to substitute this to the y is equal to mx plus b, which is the slope-intercept form. So y is equal to 1/2 x plus negative 4. So that becomes negative 4. Positive times negative is negative. So same thing, just like what we did earlier, we have to get rid of the denominator by the use of multiplication property of equality. So you have to multiply both sides by the denominator. So 2. So 2 times y is 2y. 1/2 x times 2 is 2/2 or 2/2x, which is also 1x. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. So again, we have to put our answer into its standard form, ax plus by equals c. So what do we do here is add both sides by negative 1x. So this becomes 0. And we have negative 1x or negative x plus 2y equals negative 8. And we're not yet done. We have to make sure that our x term is positive. So you have to multiply both sides by negative. So negative times negative is positive x. Negative times positive 2y is negative 2y. Negative 8 times negative is positive 8. So we're done. Next, we have point slope form. So point slope form is y minus y sub 1 equals m times the quantity x minus x sub 1, wherein m is again the slope, and we have the coordinates. So y sub 1 is x sub 1, and x sub 1 is the coordinates of a point on the line. So again, we should put our answer into its standard form. So we will use point slope form, of course, if we have a given slope and a point. So how do we do this? First step, write your x sub 1 and the y sub 1 at the top of the coordinates. So you won't get confused on the substitution process. So we have y minus y sub 1 equals m times x minus x sub 1. Then substitute. So y minus negative 3, m is 2, x minus x sub 1, which is 4. And then we have to simplify. Negative times negative is positive. So y plus 3. 2 times x, 2x. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. So we just distributed this term to the terms inside the parentheses. And what are we going to do here? We have to put the constant to the right-hand side, and the x term to the left-hand side. So we just need to add negative 2x both sides. So this becomes 0. And also 3. Negative 3. Add negative 3 both sides. So this becomes 0. So we'll have negative 2x plus y equals negative 8 minus 3 is negative 11. So we have to multiply both sides of the equation by negative. So we will have negative times negative 2x is positive 2x. Negative times positive y is negative y. Negative 11 times negative is positive 11. And we're done. Since the x term or the leading term is now positive. Next, again, we have a case wherein we have a slope that is in fraction form. So rewrite the point slope form. So write also x sub 1, y sub 1 at the top of your coordinates. So you won't get confused on the substitution. So next, substitute. So y minus positive 4 equals m, which is negative 2/3, x minus negative 1. So negative times negative 1 is positive 1. So we can simply put x plus 1 here. And then we have to get rid of the denominator. So we must multiply the both sides of the equation by that denominator, which is 3. So distribute. So we have 3 times y is 3y. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. So this becomes negative 2/3 times x is negative 6/3, or simply as negative 2 times x plus 1. So let's distribute negative 2x, negative 2 to the terms inside the parentheses. We have negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative times positive 1 is negative 2. So we have 3y minus 12. So we have to transfer negative 2x to the other side. So we add positive 2x on both sides. So same thing here, negative 12. We have to add 12 on both sides. So we have 2x plus 3y equals negative 2 plus 12 is positive 10. So we're done. Next, we have the 2-point form. So we have y minus y sub 1 equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1 times the quantity x minus x sub 1. Wherein x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2 are points of the line given. Okay? So as you can see, we have y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1, which is also the formula of the slope. Okay? So my tip for you here is for you to solve first for the slope. So you have x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. So we have y sub 2, sorry. What's y sub 2? That's 3. So solve for slope. 3 minus 5. So y sub 2 minus y sub 1. X sub 2 minus negative 2. So you have 3 minus 5 is negative 2. 1 minus negative 2 is same as 1 plus 2 because negative times negative is positive. So 1 plus 2 is 3. So the slope is negative 2/3. So we have to substitute that here. So y minus y sub 1 is positive 5. The slope is negative 2/3 times x minus negative 2 or positive 2. Okay? So y it becomes positive. Negative times negative is positive. So x plus 2. So we have to get rid of the denominator again. So same thing. We have to multiply the both sides of the equation by the denominator, which is positive 3. So we have 3 times y is 3y. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. So this becomes negative 6/3 or negative 2 times x plus 2. So distribute. So negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times positive 2 is negative 4. We have 3y minus 15. So we have to put the negative 2x or the x term to the left-hand side and the constant term, which is negative 15, to the right-hand side. So what do we do here is we add both sides by positive 2x and add both sides by positive 15. So we have 2x plus 3y. So this becomes 0. And also this. So you have negative 4 plus 15 is positive 11. So we're done. So that's the 2-point form. Let's proceed with the intercept form. So intercept form is x over a plus y over b equals 1, where in a is the x-intercept, b is the y-intercept. So in writing intercept form, we must have two intercepts given, so x and y. So we have to substitute. So we have x over a, which is x over 2, plus y over 1 equals 1. Okay, so now let's proceed in getting rid of the denominator. So how do we do that? We have to multiply the both sides of the equation by the LCM of the denominators. So you have 2 and 1. So how do we look for the LCM or the least common multiple? So just take the denominators. We have 1 and 2. And write their multiples until you have the until you see the least common multiples. So you have 1 times 1 is 1, times 2, 2, times 3, 3, times 4, 4, 5, 5. We have 2, so 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 4 is 8, or simply as 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay? And then next, look for the common multiple. So we have 2 and 4. Okay, so let's look for the least one, that is 2. So we have to multiply the both sides of the equation by positive 2. So we have 2 times 2x, 2 times x over 2 is 2x over 2. 2 times y is 2y over 1. Okay? So this becomes 1. So we have x plus 2y equals 1. Okay? So tip for you is you can directly divide the LCM to the denominator if and only if the numerical coefficient of the numerators are 1. Okay, so same thing. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So we have 1x. 2 divided by 1 is 2. So we have 2y. And also, put your answer in standard form. So we have x, y, and constant term, which is the standard form. We're done. So let's have another one. What if we have a case wherein the intercepts given are fraction? So let's have a is equal to 1/2. B is equal to negative 3/4. So same thing, we have to substitute these intercepts to the form. We have x over a, which is 1/2, plus y over b. B is negative 3/4. So this becomes negative also. Equals 1. So you have to divide x by 1/2. So remember, in dividing numbers and fractions, whole numbers and fractions, so we have x, and remember it has a denominator of 1 Every term, every number, every expression has a denominator of 1 divided by 1/2. So we have to get the reciprocal of the divisor, which is 1/2. So what's the reciprocal of the divisor? So that's 2 over 1. And we have to multiply them. Now, so x times 2. So multiply numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. So we have 2x. 1 times 1 is 1. So 2x. Okay? So another tip for you, technique here, you can multiply the denominator of the denominator by the numerator. So 2 times x is 2x over 1. Okay, so we've got the same answer. So next here we have 4 times y is 4y. 4y over 3. So this is negative. Equals 1. And same thing, just like what we did earlier, we have to get rid of the denominator. So how do we do that? Look for the LCM of the denominator. So LCM. So we have 1 and 3. Write the multiples. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay. So do we have common multiples now? Yes. We have 3. And that is also the least one. So multiply that on the both sides of the equation. So you have 3 times 2x over 1, that is 6x over 1. 3 times negative 4y over 3 is negative 12y thirds equals 1 times 3 is 3. And then we have to simplify it now. So we have 6x minus 12y divided by 3 is negative 4y equals 3. So that's it. We're done. So that's all. I hope you like this video. Thank you.